Guys, we are back in the dome and we just finished all the plaster in here.
Can I just say it looks so good?
We're gonna focus on getting the floor done in here.
Yes.
There's a couple things we need to talk about.
The Superadobe Dome Home is a 9-foot circular earthbag dome that will be a bedroom for our oldest daughter, Adelaide. After laying all the bags in 1 week with an incredible group of workshop attendees, we spent the last several months sealing up the outside with plaster, stucco, and elastomeric paint, adding doors and windows, installing an adorable wood stove, running and testing electrical. We just finished the interior earth and plaster, and now we're ready to pour the floor and hook up solar.
Buddy, clap. I can't get out.
I guess we'll start on the other side.
Come here, buddy. Hi.
We have cleaned up the floor and we're gonna try something a little different. We're not doing a vapor barrier. I know you guys are gonna yell at me, but guess what? We live in the desert and the water is not a huge issue here. And we have 12 inches of the Superadobe bags filled with gravel, and then outside of that, we have another 16 inches of Hyperadobe bag, also filled with gravel. And we have graded away from the dome.
And the render stop.
Yeah, we have lots of water preventing things outside, so we're not too worried about water ever getting in here. So we're going to put concrete on this AB mix and everything's gonna be just fine. Right, Ben?
I hope so. This is an experiment.
No, it'll be fine. I'm not worried about it one bit. If I was worried about it, I'd be putting vapor barrier on. So here's what we're gonna do. We've already raked this area. We're gonna pour this floor in at least 3 different sections because we're gonna practice, because we're probably gonna have to do something like this for the house. Ready? Okay. Give me a C. C. Give me a, I spelled concrete. We have our laser level set up, we have our form in place, they're starting to get the concrete stuff ready, and we are starting to pour. From the dome.
Every time I turn it on, it's like, set the date and time. Like, it's a camera. This is something it should do. It's like the most basic of things that the camera should do is know what the date and the time is.
I agree.
Thanks.
I'm so mad about it.
So today is, hold on, the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, and I have to do it manually too. And it's 7:37.
You can't just say, hey, set it to this time.
Nope.
Okay, guys, today we are taking the form off of our first pour that we did yesterday. We're gonna do a bigger section if we can. We're gonna take this form off and see what looks best and get started with our second pour. Now, one thing to remember is we don't have very much concrete.
We have enough for another section, but not the last section.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, maybe.
I know, I'm nervous about how much we have.
We have some in the shed over there.
There's not much over there.
There's a few bags.
Okay, guys, we're gonna figure this out and get started.
Maybe a quick trip to the hardware store at the last minute.
Okay. What do you think about our bottle caps?
Interesting choice. I kind of like it.
I thought it was fun, and it's just a way to use stuff that we have laying around.
It's true, we've been keeping these bottle caps, so might as well use them for something.
It does kind of look like a giant eye.
Yeah, I can see that.
Does this part make you nervous? Sometimes it makes me nervous.
Only if we do it too early.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember it's broke.
I forgot it was broken. Don't break, baby.
Hi, Cloud. Come here. He doesn't have a place to lay in here anymore.
Hi, big guy.
Here, come here, Cloud. Come here. You can lay right here. Come on. Good boy. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Hi. What do you think, buddy? It's just for you. Only a few more bags to do. We are so close. I'm just getting angry. We gotta get this done and get him fed as soon as possible. How's it going?
It's hot out here.
Yeah, it's miserable this week.
Somebody's in the shade.
Well, I'm in the humid dome. I think I'm probably sweating more than you.
Probably.
I'm not sure why I haven't learned this yet, but anytime you think you need 20 bags of concrete, just get 45, because that's really what you need.
All right, we're back out this afternoon. The second piece that we poured is dry enough to keep going. Got a whole truckload of cement. They're working on bottle caps. We're gonna start making up our next mix, and I think we're gonna try to get it all done in one more pour. So instead of splitting it up anymore, it's just gonna be one big piece. Hopefully we can reach it. Be a little tricky. Let's see how it goes.
Now most of what our bottle caps are Topo Chico, so you'll see a lot of yellow bottle caps in this concrete. But our friend Brian gave us so many bottle caps, so they're really cool. But I'm like really excited about the different color options that we have, because you know, you can only put so many yellow bottle caps in.
No, don't come in there.
Take it, book it here.
Oh, it's all going the wrong way.
He's mixing them. Oh man, it's hot. It's like 100 degrees. We're gonna cool off, go inside, come back and look at this later.
Okay.
Good morning. We have a floor in the dome now, but you'll notice we have some dangerous rebar sticking up out of the ground. So we're going to build ourselves a little step here, and we're going to go and pull some of the material we had off of the forms that actually went in the windows and the doors and the arch, and we're going to build a form out of that because this has to be pretty tall. It's about 9.5, 10 inches. So we're going to go pull those off of those old forms, cut it, get it set in here. Very small porch, shouldn't take more than a few minutes. And then we got something fun planned. Don't you love recycling?
I do. We found this piece of arch that was over a form. I'm not even sure what that was from.
It went over the top of the front door.
We're reusing it for the step, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And we just need to trim it down a little bit and cut it to the right height. It's easy.
Easy.
How are we gonna keep it from spilling out the sides? Do I know that this is the wrong way to do a form? Yes. Most people don't typically use duct tape to form up a step. But you know what? It's gonna work. Everything's gonna be fine. It's not a big deal. Cloud, do you think it's gonna work? Cloud, do you think it's gonna work?
Okay, earlier I said we were doing something fun. It's a random little project. So you may remember when we ran all the electrical inside the dome, we put a tiny EcoFlow, the River 2 Pro. Can only take about 250 watts of solar, which we just happen to have here with our Santan solar panel. We don't want to leave it on the ground though. Like obviously dogs can run over, it's gonna get dirt on it, water, it's not great. You don't want your panels just laying on the ground. I've been trying to figure out what to do with this. We don't really want to like lean it up against a building. I tried to look up single panel ground mounts. Not a lot of options out there. So we're gonna MacGyver it. We're gonna make our own. I've got some Iron Ridge pieces that we're gonna go pick up tomorrow, but what we gotta do right now, because we already got our concrete out, is we have some of the 3-inch pipe left over from our big solar ground mount, which is over there. We're going to use this as a vertical post and then use some more as a horizontal post, and we're going to build ourselves a whole thing. But for now, all we got to do is auger a hole, put a ton of cement in it, and put this thing in the ground.
It's your favorite tool.
And you know what? There's just a tiny bit of gas left, and I don't want to you have to like mix the gas up special every time you make it. It's such a pain in the butt.
I think we have enough.
I hope we have enough
It's just one hole.
to get this thing going.
Would have been cool if we just started up the first time.
Never.
We'll edit it to where it starts the first time.
No editing required. I can already tell there's gonna be a lot of rocks. I can feel it.
Did it.
Whew.
No more auger?
Had to work hard for that one.
It looked good. It looked real good. How tall is that?
We're gonna cut it.
You want to cut it before we put it in?
No. We'll use the bandsaw.
Oh, okay. I forget
we'll
that we
just-
have that tool.
We'll cement this in, and then we'll have, once we get the other pieces, we'll have to make a decision on how
How high?
high we want it. Yeah, keep
Okay.
out of the dogs, but also low where it's not a huge wind sail, all that stuff. So
Okay.
First step though.
Looks good. Are you done yet?
Yeah, we're just gonna put the concrete in. That's all.
Gonna put a form up. We're done. The step is poured, the pole is set. Now we just have to wait to pull the form off and hopefully make sure this guy doesn't step on it while it's wet.
The step is drying and we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna build ourselves a little ground mount.
I love that you think this is gonna be fun. We have totally different ideas of fun.
We do. That's okay though.
I need to play in the dirt and you need to build things with metal
I guess.
and saws.
But you like metal too.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's get started.
We don't want it that tall though. We don't want like a super tall panel to go with this tiny little dome. So we're gonna cut it right about here. And then we're going to build the piece on top of it.
Just cut it, babe.
Just cut it.
Want me to remove that?
Please. It's hot, careful. And heavy.
What if I had thrown it on the solar panel? I'm so mad.
We have extras, it's fine.
Okay. I think it can still go down a little bit.
Probably like there.
Yeah, I think so. Nice.
Nice. Where can we cut this? Okay, so top cap is hand tightened. We'll come back and torque it later. Torque it. Then we'll come back. And this one is still kind of loose, which I don't want to get this too tight yet because it's going to affect the angle of the panel. So we will be able to turn this a little bit until we tighten it down. So we got to focus on getting the rails onto this at the angle we want, and then we can just mount the solar panel on it. So now we put these, I don't know what you call them. They have a name.
Brackets.
Some kind of brackets that go on here, and then the big rail is going to attach to this. So we need it to be the angle we want. I don't want it to be as steep as the big array. I want it to come back a little because we're in the summer months.
Also, the nice thing about this is it will be adjustable.
Yeah, I should be able to loosen these, and then once this sort of part is a little bit loose, I should be able to just take that panel and kind of slide it back and then tighten these down.
So lay it more flat for the summer and then angle it in the winter.
We'll say like that.
That looks great.
We're gonna have to adjust it.
What angle is that, babe?
That is
Up
the angle I chose.
27 degree. I really want to put a thing on there and see if it's 27.
Well, we have that thing. We got this level.
Can we see if
Sure. Yeah, you can put it on there.
I think it's 27. What do you think it is?
No, it's more like 19 probably.
Let's see who's right.
We got this new 2-foot level because the one we had was so, like, you couldn't see the bubbles on it anymore. It is 15.
Dang it, you're
I was pretty close.
Good job, babe. I'm a little mad.
Sorry. Do we want to measure?
I measure with my eyes.
That's pretty close right there. That's a good place to start.
I want to see if I'm right. Do I have a problem?
Sensing a theme here.
Our children are in the air conditioning while we're out here.
Where are they? I need some help. Could use another pair of hands.
Did your watch say what temperature it is?
Probably.
Well, look at it.
99 degrees. eyeballed it perfectly.
5 1/8.
Look at that.
1/4 inch off. Minor problem.
Oh, we just flipped the brackets, that's all.
Easy fix.
I mean, it can go either way, but based on the thick supporting edge, you generally want that on the outside, so I gotta flip this bracket to the other side so I can go on. You'll see. See that? That means it's torqued. Everything has been torqued up and ready to go, so we're gonna run some wires. Now, I just wanted to run the wires in the ground. Adelaide brought up a good point, the dogs. So we are going to run this in conduit, just do a very shallow trench under the ground, and then we'll be doing something like this over here, coming out of the hole that we made with an LB connection going down, and then connecting like that. So I have a little bit of trenching that I need to do. See, it's like it was never there. All right, so almost that time of day when the doodles come out, and as you can see, we have a lot of problems here. This is doodle heaven. So we're gonna pause on this. We gotta make these final connections later, but for now I'm gonna focus on getting all these tools picked up and put away so they can come out play.
Adelaide's home and she needs to go see her solar array. It's massive.
Pretty cute.
Isn't it adorable? It's all wired up. We just have to wire it inside.
Nice. It's so tiny.
It has to be on for a second because I gotta know which wire's which.
Yeah, you didn't label them. How dare you?
Don't want to blow the EcoFlow. Okay, so if the positive on this one looks like that, I need the other end. Don't do that.
We're supposed to be done.
I feel like we made pretty good progress.
Is it?
Okay, that's
too loud.
Anything? Is the sun too far down? So I did plug the solar panel in, and it was too late in the day, but we came out the next day. Everything's working fine. It's charged back up. So the last thing we're going to do is put in the lights and the switches and the outlets, plug the EcoFlow in so we can use the power in this building while we finish building it. Babe, we got a little bit of plaster on this here. What am I going to do about that?
Before you plug that in, we really need to figure out height because it was hanging down like to the middle of the room. So it doesn't need to be very long.
Yeah. Like maybe that?
Yeah, I think that looks really nice.
So we'll need to cut it and re-trim it?
Yeah. Okay. Let me do that or you do it?
Yeah.
We have a visitor.
Hey, buddy. Hi.
He loves it.
I'm sure he does.
It feels so good. It feels so good.
So, plaster's in the way for this to actually connect. So we're gonna have to chop off a little bit of this here on the sides to get it up high enough so we can actually attach it to these pieces here, these little screws.
That looks really nice.
Alright, well I'm up here, we're gonna put this plug in for this outlet.
We're gonna have the same plaster problem.
Huh?
Are we gonna have the same plaster problem?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, not for the plug, but probably for the plate.
So I think this one is gonna be some problems.
Yeah.
Fancy light switch.
It's a fancy light switch. It's different than what we connected it, so I'm gonna have to do some rewiring. Okay, plug it back in, turn it on. So, lights on. Off, on, off, on.
The vent is going.
Yep, I don't know which way it's going, but let's make sure it's going out. Out high. That's what we're doing. So, electric's done?
Well, for now.
For now. Well, we gotta get that plate on. I'm gonna let you do that.
No.
I'm gonna let you do it. Alright, solar panel is working, the EcoFlow is on, everything's wired up. That means we're almost done with the dome. We just have to finish plastering down to the floor, and we gotta build some furniture and make it look nice in here.